habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. Every pure intention ends when the good times start. Falling over everything to reach the first time spark. It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. My bad habits lead to late nights and then alone conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. We took the long way round and burned till the fun ran out. Now my bad habits lead to late nights and in alone conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you.
Only the best.
Looking right, looking like all the stars are faded. I remember the night I was so frustrated. I touch your hand for the first time. I see it on your face, and another lifetime's flashing by. I'm here standing in the same dress. You're in your apartment. I'm already gone. When you left, I bet you held a body closer, and I was hoping you would tell her it was over. You're all I think about, and everywhere I look. Yeah, I know it's bad, but we could be so good. Couple years flashing by, and I'm doing okay. In the back of my mind, all I hear is your name. I bet you're happy and that's fine, but I regret just one thing. I never got to change your mind. I'm here standing in the same dress. You're in your apartment. I'm already gone.
best.
Call it love and devotion. Call it a mom's adoration. Foundation, a special bond of creation. Ah. For all the single moms out there going through frustration. Clean bandit, China ball, and Marie's thing make them air.
She works the nights by the water. She's gone astray, so far away from her father's daughter. She just wants her life for a baby. All on her own, no one will come. She's got to save him.
Daily struggle.
She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Stay up there.
She
Stay
tells
up
him
there.
your life ain't gonna be nothing like my life. You're gonna grow and have a good life. I'm gonna do what I got to
Stay up there.
do.
Stay up
So
there.
rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Somebody's got you, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Rock-a-bye, no.
Rockabye, rocka, rocka, rockabye. Rockabye, rocka, rocka, rockabye. Single mom, what you doing out there? Facing the hard life without no fear. Just see and know that you really care. Cause any obstacle come, you well prepare. And no, mama, you never shed tear. Cause you have to set things year after year. And you give the youth love beyond compare. You find the school fee and the bus fare. Already pops disappear. In a wrong bar, can't find him nowhere. Steadily your workflow, everything you know, so you're not stop. No time for your dear.
Now she got a 6-year-old, trying to keep him warm, trying to keep out the cold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he is safe when she says, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry. Somebody's got you, rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye. I'm gonna rock you, rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry.
With a bang, bang, bang. Alright then.
No.
Rockabye, rocka, rocka, rockabye. Rockabye, rocka, rocka, rockabye. Rockabye, don't bother cry. Lift up your head, lift it up to the sky, yo. Rockabye, don't bother cry. Angels around you, just dry your eye.
Now she got a 6-year-old, trying to keep him warm, trying to keep out the cold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he is safe when she says. She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my
Come
love.
on, man.
Nobody matters like you.
Stay up there,
She
stay up
tells him
there.
your life ain't gonna be nothing like my life. You're
Come on, man.
life.
Come on.
What I got to do. So rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye.
Rockabye, rocka, rocka, rockabye.
You rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry.
Rockabye, rocka, rocka, rockabye.
You rock-a-bye, baby, rock-a-bye.
Rockabye, rocka, rocka, rockabye.
You rock-a-bye, baby, don't you cry.
With a bang, bang, bang.
If I was an Avenger, my superpower would be spotting fake quotes on the internet when I see them.
Don't bother cry. Angels around you, just dry your eye, car. Rockabye, don't bother cry. Lift up your head, lift it up to the sky, yo. Rockabye, don't bother cry. Angels around you, just dry your eye.
Did I get a strike yesterday? No. Why would you say that?
Only the best.
Take me slow. I push up on this funk and give me miracles. Making known how we love to ride is something we control. Screaming at this to find this loving. Screaming at this to find.
Well, shit, that's the best news I've heard all day, Ace. I'm all for it, buddy. Give him a 10-year extension. Be fine with me.
I'll be right here. Standing next to you. Standing in the fire.
All all we can do is hope that the athletic department and the athletic director are as dumb as you are and actually keep him. I mean, that'd be perfect.
Someday can take away. Tick, 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 tick off.
Did y'all see my tweet yesterday about the Florida man explaining how to fix what's wrong at Florida? It's amazing here. Now this is my buddy, so we're not gonna make fun of him too bad. But this is just hilarious to watch. Let's turn that off. I'm pulling up on my tweeter here. What are we doing? Here we go. This is our buddy over at High Top Sports, and he's going to explain to you what's wrong with Florida and how to fix it. Here we go.
Right, it's the boosters kind of function by themselves over here. They control things with their pockets, right? And then you've got the UAA, and Strickland, in a sense, should be in his own bubble. But clearly these two are in bed with each other because this is ultimately now what control the decision, because I don't know if this guy is going to have the kahunas to fire this bubble here. Now, this bubble, the booster bubble, I don't know how much power they're going to have. They have to come together. This is the money. This is the train right here that have to come together to influence this, ultimately this man's decision to affect this bubble, right? This is what has to happen, I think. Because I don't know if, again, this guy has to have the kahunas. I think he might be in bed with this a little bit too, from what we're hearing, right? It's the boosters kind of function by.
You got that? That makes sense? Makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. What else is going on? Oh, giant orgy in Ann Arbor this weekend. Yeah. Wolverines to make a quarterback switch. Start orgy versus Southern Cal. I'm going to have to go back over to Prize Picks and see if I can do more or less on number of interceptions this weekend. Quite a few of y'all must have went over there and tried out Prize Picks because I got a very friendly message from them yesterday. So shout out to all of y'all that did that. I feel like Orgy will not be able to rise to the occasion. Michigan is in desperate need of some Blue Chew. That's a good question, Wolverine. Why would you? Yeah, that's actually a good question. Why would you go ahead and give Southern Cal a heads up in that? Good question. Yeah, you signed up, Corey? Good. Yeah. Yeah. They didn't tell me how many, but they sent me a message saying that it was going well. So the only thing is, if y'all sign up over there, make sure you use that code, because a lot of times these companies will give me like a link that's automatically tied to me, so that anytime somebody clicks that link and signs up, they know it came through me. But with this, there is no link, so you have to use that promo code, or else they don't know that you signed up through me. And you know, Uncle Lou needs his credit. The thing is, when I do these promotional deals, the more people that do it, the more likely it is that company will work with me again in the future. So that's why it's important for me that you that you use that code, you know. Oh, I've got some more good news too. You remember the shave your balls ad that I did last year during the season? It looks like I might be doing that again too. Which of course I'm obviously looking forward to. I went I think 2-2 yesterday and lost $20. Because I don't bet. I vary my bet size. I don't bet the same amount on every game, and I lost one of the ones that I had bet bigger on. So even though I was 2-2 or 3-3 or whatever, I actually lost $20 yesterday. But no big deal. Who wins, LSU or UCLA? LSU, I think. UCLA just got beat pretty bad by, I think, Indiana. So, not too big on them right now. Not too big on them right now. Oh, did y'all hear about this? So, Ole Miss and Wake Forest played this past weekend. And, of course, Ole Miss beat them by 50 or whatever it was. Well, they had and that was at Wake Forest, by the way. At Wake Forest. Next year, it was a 2-game series. A home and home. It happens all the time. We'll play at your place, then you come play at our place type of deal. So, Ole Miss went and played at Wake Forest, beat them by 50. Literally, like, the next day, Wake Forest goes, yeah, we're backing out of the game for next year. We're not coming there to play. And that sucks for Ole Miss because the SEC has a rule now, where you have to play at least one non-con Power 5 opponent every year. And that's the only one Ole Miss has scheduled for next year. And everybody else's schedule is already full for next year. It's going to be hard for them now to find a Power 5 opponent to play next year. So we'll see. But yeah, Wake Forest said, yeah, that's enough of that. We don't need that. Not going to do that. Lou, I'm still walking and stop by and get some breakfast. What are you walking about? Yeah, come on by. I got some bagels. You like bagels? We can have some bagels. Yeah, the Manscaped ads are fun to do because they don't give you any kind of they don't tell you what to say, basically. And they want you to be they want you to be funny with it. Some of these companies are too, you have to say this, this, and this, and don't say that, that, and that, and put this picture on the screen and do this and go here and do that, and. Oh, you took a walk after the Michigan loss and you're still walking? I hear you. What's up, David? Morning, buddy. Donald Trump will be at the Bama UGA game. Can you flip Oklahoma's helmet over until we don't give up a sack until you don't give up a single sack? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, especially since you're playing Tennessee this week and you're likely to give up 4 or 5. But 1 sack in a game is not that bad. Anyway, so. Is Crown Royal really pulling funding for UGA? I haven't heard anything about that. They've been one of UGA's biggest boosters for a long time. Yeah, I think Texas. I mean, I think Tennessee beats Oklahoma. Dog fan 79. What's up, buddy? See you in here. Never seen Texas and Tennessee stop arguing over the UT title long enough. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a while before we see them. It's going to be at least 2026 before we see Texas and Tennessee play in the regular season anyway. Right now, the only chance they have of playing this year or next year would be in the postseason. That's not up to UGA. The Kyle Field deal. I mean, the answer to your question is yes. I think you know that. But as far as when that will happen, that's not up to UGA. Texas has the easiest SE schedule out of everyone. No, that's not true. That's not true. Missouri has an easier schedule than Texas. Colorado doesn't deserve Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's the best college football player on the planet. Period. I'm not shitting you. Travis Hunter, he's going to be a finalist for the Bolitnikoff Award, the Thorpe Award, and the Heisman. At least he should be. He's one of the best wide receivers in the country, one of the best corners in the country, and arguably the best player in the country. Unless he gets hurt. That's the only thing. Because, you know, you can't win those awards if you miss half the season, you know. But he's unreal. If you're an NFL fan or you have a favorite NFL team or whatever, I don't care how much you hate Colorado. You want your team to draft Travis Hunter. I'll tell you that. Well, somebody is going to go get him the hell out of Boulder, an NFL team, next spring. Off the top of my head, the only thing I can think of with the one player winning 2 awards would be like the Maxwell Award and the Heisman. You know, one is like the best quarterback award, and then the Heisman is the best player award. And sometimes you'll see some crossover there. But as far as like somebody winning or being a finalist for an award for 2 different positions, no, I don't know of any time that that's ever happened. I don't know that it was a terrible choice for Travis Hunter to follow Deion. What do you think Travis Hunter's goal was when he left high school? What do you think his goal was? That's right, Corey. And not just to go pro, but to be a first-round draft pick. And do you think following Deion around has accomplished that goal? I do. So I don't know that he made a bad decision. Down $20 after yesterday. I went even on my picks. I think I was 3-3, but I ended up down $20. Need Travis Hunter in Atlanta. They won last night. Didn't the Falcons win? I think the Falcons won last night. Who they play? The Eagles? Last minute touchdown. Booked my room for the Vegas trip yesterday. Well, for part of it. The room that I wanted, I'm there for 7 nights, and the room that I wanted is sold out the first 2 nights that I'm there. So I'm going Saturday to Saturday. I was only able to get the room for Tuesday to Saturday. So I got to figure out something else for the first 2 nights that I'm there. No, I'm not going to do an Airbnb. I'm not going to pay for an Airbnb when I can stay anywhere I want for free on the Strip. I want to bet with you on the Bama UGA game, Lou, but Trump is a bad luck charm for Bama. Wasn't Trump at the national championship game in 2017 when Bama won in overtime? Or I think he was. Trump caused Bama to lose in Tuscaloosa in 2019 versus LSU. Trump was at the 2018 Natty game, so Trump being there is not a curse. The 2018 Natty game was Clemson beat Bama. Who is in charge of position coach? We got a low-level troll in here today. Yeah, Sven, Mississippi State is down bad. Sven, y'all, who's going to win between Florida and Mississippi State? My God, those are two bad teams. When was the last time that Georgia played in front of 50K? It's at Mississippi State, so for whatever that's worth, whatever advantage that might be. Yeah, Arch Manning, I think, is going to start the next 2 weeks for Texas. Definitely this week. I mean, Texas is playing two bad teams the next. If I was Texas, I wouldn't play Quinn. I'd give Quinn Ewers 2 weeks off. Make sure that hand is healed. They play Louisiana Monroe and Mississippi State the next 2 weeks. You don't need Quinn Ewers for that. I would give him the next 2 weeks off. Plus, you're getting Arch Manning some valuable experience for either next year or if something more serious should happen to Quinn Ewers later in the year, you're getting Arch Manning some valuable experience there. I would start Arch Manning the next 2 weeks, rest Quinn Ewers, make sure his hand is good to go. Because they play Louisiana Monroe, then they play Mississippi State, and then they play Oklahoma and Georgia in back-to-back weeks. So they're going to need Quinn Ewers for that. I heard a rumor that Florida's struggles can be attributed to gambling. What? We're going to end up having to get rid of that guy. That Ace guy. If he's 90s, would you start him versus that? No. I just said no. I wouldn't start him against Louisiana, Monroe, Mississippi State. Because I don't like you. Florida versus Mississippi State's going to look like the Arkansas versus Oklahoma State game, just less points. Who would win out of Florida and FSU? Well, we're going to find out at the end of the year. I would take Florida in that game right now. If those two teams were playing, if those two teams were playing this week, I'd take Florida to beat Florida State. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but I would take Florida if they were playing right now. Where's that game at? Doesn't really matter. Either way, there's only going to be about 20 people there, no matter which stadium it's in. Is that FSU? Okay. Yeah, Louisville versus Georgia Tech be a good game this week. I think Louisville will beat them. Yeah, I don't know if school's out today or what? Too much free time at the group home. Am I going to what game? Well, the answer is no. Whatever game you're talking about, the answer is no. I don't hate you. I said I don't like you. Good morning, Lou. Thank you, Nick. Good morning to you, too. Good morning to you, too, buddy. Morning to you, too. Brian Biak. Good to see you in here this morning. Top of the morning to you. The kinder care let the kids take their tables into the kitty cage. Shit. What do you think about Michigan State versus Boston College? What, do they play this weekend? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that game wasn't even on my radar. That's a great question about Cam Rising. I wish I knew, because you can't really make a bet on that game unless you know one way or the other. But here's an update from 10 hours ago. Cam Rising injury update. Utah wide receiver reveals quarterback status versus Oklahoma State. Cam Rising will be good to go Saturday against Oklahoma State, according to Dorian Singer, a receiver. Local beat reporter posted via X that Singer told the media on Monday that Rising will be available after missing the past week to a hand injury. All right. Well, I'm taking Utah then. I'm taking Utah in that game. I think it's going to be a good game, though. And we might see it twice. I don't know anything about Beck being hurt. My immediate reaction is that sounds like something that Georgia fans came up with as an excuse for why he played like shit. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard anything like that. That doesn't mean it's not true, but I haven't heard it. Were all the offensive linemen's arms hurt too? That's why they couldn't block. I mean, I don't know. I mean, about half the people that play football every week are hurt. So, unless he's injured, I don't want to hear anything about it. And if he's injured, if you're injured, you can't play. People play hurt all the time. So, the only thing we know for sure is that he's not injured. Because if he was injured, he wouldn't have played. I guess our quarterback has been hurt every time we've played at Kentucky for the last decade. I don't know. I'll have to Google it. That's the Alabama excuse making. I don't do that. You know, Alabama gets fucking whipped, pushed around by South Florida. What do they tell you? Well, we had an offensive lineman injured. Yeah, that's why you were beating South Florida by 1 point in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes to go, because you had one offensive lineman injured. Okay. 10-4. 10-4. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the likelihood Oni Kuno has high blood pressure? 8. I mean, I probably have high blood pressure too. I don't know. Have you ever seen the back of Oni Kuno's head? Ask him next time he's alive if you can see the back of his head. If he even does YouTube anymore. 30 Dan Jackson is the new Thomas Davis. There it is. There it is. The dumbest comment we'll hear today. You got to be kidding me. Dan Jackson is the new Thomas Davis. Same Thomas Davis that had a 15-year NFL career, Pro Bowl, Super Bowls, one of the best safeties / linebackers to ever come through the University of Georgia. And we got somebody that thinks Dan Jackson fits that mold. Holy shit. Holy shit. Let me guess. Chaz Chambliss is the new Leonard Floyd. Come on, man. Come on, man. Teammates with Kirby. Oh, man. Sleepers this weekend? Well, like upsets, I like Rutgers over Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, I think, is a 3 or a 4 point favorite. I like Rutgers to win that one. Oh, that's Nate Frazier, that running back. But honestly, I didn't think he played well against Kentucky either. And I don't understand why he didn't play until like almost the end of the third quarter. I don't get that. I don't know what's going on. Pissed off. God damn mad. The important thing is that we continue to rotate 35 players in and out of the game every 2 snaps. That's as long as we keep doing that. Travis Hunter plays 130 snaps a game. Kirby in the post-game press conference was patting somebody on the head because he played 15 plays. I'm like, what are we doing? It's like Kirby has this idea in his head that there's like a certain set of players that should be on the field if it's 2nd and 8. But if it's 2nd and 7, there's this whole other set of players that should be on the field. And then if it's 2nd and 7 and they gain 5 yards and it's 3rd and 2, then we need to have these 8 players on the field. But if they only gain 4 yards on 2nd and 7 and it's 3rd and 3, then we need to have these 8 players on the field. And so we better be rotating them in and out every 2 plays. Would be ideal. Yep, and Bama is Texas' little brother. But now that Bama is built by the Pac-12, maybe they can beat Texas. We'll see. Well, a betting site's not going to show you that because that's valuable information to you. You're going to have to find that information somewhere else. You're going to have to Google like college football line movement or something. But no gambling site that wants to take your money is going to give you any information that will help you. Now, the best thing to do is just look at all the lines when they come out on Sunday. And then you'll know on Wednesday or Thursday when you look which lines have moved. Is Octavian in here or something? Oh, I see him. What's up, Octavian? Yeah, UJ's a 2.5-point favorite at Bama. A 4-point favorite in the offseason. Yeah. In the futures market in the offseason, Georgia was favored by 4. Yeah, Pigskin Pete was fired up last night about NC State. He hates them. And Dave Duran. I have no idea who's better between Ole Miss and Tennessee. Tennessee's been beating up on JV teams. You're a Bama fan. Who have they been beating up on? There's really no difference right now between Bama's schedule and Tennessee's schedule. They're about the same. Tennessee's schedule might be a little tougher. NC State's probably a little better than Wisconsin. Power 4 Wisconsin. Yeah, well, yeah. NC State's definitely better than Wisconsin. But, yeah, you did beat Wisconsin with their backup quarterback. Yep, you sure did. But Tennessee and Bama's schedule's about the same right now. Georgia's got 2 Power 5 wins. Tennessee is still kicking onside kicks against Chattanooga. Never been to a game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. I've been to Bryant-Denny Stadium. Boy, if NC State beats Clemson, Pete will be down so bad, I'll be worried about him. Yeah, I'd be worried about him. I think it's ridiculous. Onside kick against Kent State up 30-0 in the second quarter. I think that's insane. I work every Saturday. That's what those kinds of teams do, though. They do onside kicks against Kent State in the second quarter when they're up 30 and, score 65 on them in the first half because that's all they have. Just think about the other teams that have done that. Auburn has done it this year. Arkansas has done it this year. Ole Miss has done it this year. These are just teams that can't win anything. So the sort of top of the mountain for them is beating Kent State 70-0 and kicking onside kicks against them in the second quarter when they're up 5 scores. I think Miami and Tennessee right now are the same amount of back. They're pretty much the same. I think both of them are making the playoffs. So now remember, you got to win your conference or win a playoff game. So in order to get off the we're back list. So if you don't win your conference, but you make the playoffs as a 6 or a 7 or an 8, whatever, and you lose your first playoff game, you're still on the we're back list next year. Now that shouldn't happen to Miami because I think the only way, Miami is likely winning the ACC to get in, which means that they're already that would take them off the list. Tennessee could win the SEC, but even if they don't, they could get in as an at-large. And if they get in as an at-large, they have to then win a game to get off the list. I think Tennessee is really good, but we're going to find out this week because if they go on the road to Norman and play a top 20-ish type Oklahoma team and win 28-20, then we know they're just running up the score on Kent State to make themselves feel better. If they go in there and beat Oklahoma, 45-17, then that's different. And I think they are going to blow them out. I don't think that game's going to be close. I bet that game yesterday, the minute the line came out, I couldn't believe Tennessee was only a 7-point favorite. I bet it immediately. Immediately. I wonder if it's gone up any. Let's look. I've got Tennessee -7 and Southern Cal -5.5. Those are the two bets I've made so far this week. But let's see if it's gone up. Tennessee, still 7. I like that they don't even bother to put Tennessee's logo on here. That's how irrelevant Tennessee is. The gambling sites don't even waste time putting their logo up there. I like that. Why wouldn't you wait to bet on a game till the final line? Because that's the worst thing you can do. That's the absolute worst thing you can do. If I think Tennessee is going to beat Oklahoma by 14 and the line comes out and Tennessee is a 7-point favorite, the smart thing to do is to bet it immediately, because I don't think that line's going to go down. It could go up, though. So if I wait until Friday, what if by Friday it's Tennessee minus 10? I mean, there's a little bit of a risk either way, because for all we know, a piano could fall on Nico's head Thursday while he's outside checking the mail, and then maybe Tennessee minus 7 looks like a bad idea, but I mean, I do bet on some games the day of the game, but if I have a strong feeling about something one way or the other, I'll bet it early in the week before the line moves. Now, last week, it cost me $100. I'll tell you how. Central Florida versus TCU. The line came out on Sunday. Central Florida was a 2-point favorite. I said, well, that's not enough. I think TCU is going to win by more than that. So I bet, not TCU, UCF. UCF, the line came out, UCF was a 2-point favorite. I said, well, I think UCF's going to win by more than 2. So I bet last Monday, UCF minus 2. Well, by the time the game kicked off on Saturday, TCU was a 2-point favorite. And Central Florida ended up winning the game by 1. By 1. So I lost the bet because I had Central Florida minus 2. Had I waited until Saturday to make the bet, I could have got Central Florida plus 2. And I would have won that bet instead of lost it. So it can help you or it can hurt you depending on which way the line moves. So that was a game where I was just wrong on which way I thought the line was going to move. Yeah, see, Anthony took it at UCF plus 2.5 on Saturday, so he won. But I had it at UCF minus 2. And that means they have to win the game by more than 2. And they only won the game by 1. So I lost the bet because I bet it early. Yeah. What's up, Riz chat? Yeah, Slaw's scared of just about everything these days. Yeah, I'm not pulling up at the drive-thru. Build a wall around Slaw's house. What's Slaw terrified of? Pretty much everything. Yeah, Jay, that's literally like playing pin the tail on a donkey. I mean, you're blindfolded and dizzy trying to bet on non-playoff bowl games these days. That's, yeah. Not, you know what I relate that to? Betting on non-playoff bowl games is about like betting on NFL preseason games for a lot of the same reasons. You don't know who's playing, how motivated people are, who even really wants to be there. Very similar, NFL preseason and non-playoff bowl games. Where is game day this week? Norman, probably. Yeah, okay. That makes sense, I think. That makes sense. Lewis scared when Slaw sits in front of him at the blackjack table. Yes, yes. See, I admit it. That's the scariest thing in the world. The scariest thing in the world is playing blackjack and then having Huffer Billy Paul come sit down to your right. That's the scariest fucking thing in the world. If you're playing blackjack and Huffer Billy Paul comes and sits down next to you, like a financial advisor should like automatically appear out of thin air and take your chips away from you and make you move tables. Yes. 100%. %100. Except for Billy Paul, an old school cooler. He just doesn't pay attention when he plays blackjack, and he constantly makes the wrong decision at the worst possible time. Splitting tens just to annoy everybody. I mean, you'll be playing by yourself. Is what ends up happening. If I'm playing blackjack and somebody starts splitting tens, I assume they want to play by themselves. So I get up and leave. I'm not playing. I'm not playing blackjack with a fucking moron. If you want to be a moron, go play one of the fucking circus games with Sir UGA, like fucking 3-card poker or high card flush. Don't come over to the blackjack table with the fucking clown shit. You can't fuck anything up in those other games. You know, you can go to 3-card poker, high card flush, fucking all those fucking circus carnival games. There, you don't have there's no decisions you make over there that affect other people. At the blackjack table, the decisions you make affect everybody else at the table. And so you can really fuck things up over there. And that's what Slaw likes to do. You know, not knowing what the fuck you're doing at the 3-card poker table is not going to mess up the guy next to you. Has nothing to do with it. Not knowing what the fuck you're doing at the blackjack table is going to fuck up the entire table. And that's what Slaw does. Slaw hits on 14 against a dealer's 6. You know, stays on 12 against the dealer's 10. Just the dumbest shit imaginable. And on top of that, he's betting the table minimum every time while, you know, somebody else might have $200 out there. This, you know, he's got $15 and he's sitting there. And here's what's funny too. This motherfucker will bet the table minimum $15, okay? He'll get dealt a 13. The dealer will be showing a 10. Paul will sit there, rub his head, the whole... He'll sit there like 5 minutes. I'm like, what are you doing? You have a 13. The dealer's got a 10. Hit. Like, what are you doing? Just hit and be done with it. One of the advantages of playing blackjack is that it doesn't have to be stressful at all. There's really no decisions to make. You just do what you're supposed to do. And the outcome is what it is. But this guy sweats over every $15 hand on the easiest decisions imaginable. I'm not shitting you. He'll bet $15, the absolute minimum. He'll get dealt a 5 and a 6. Okay? So he'll get dealt an 11. The dealer will turn over a 5. That's like one of the best starts to a hand you could possibly hope for. That's an automatic double. Double your bet. You've got an 11. Dealer's got a 5. Automatic. Double you're about to win twice the amount of money. It's an automatic. That's a dream hand for every blackjack player. Paul gets an 11. The dealer gets a 5. He's sitting over there. Oh, no. Oh. Now I got to double my bet. Oh, man. Oh, God, no. Oh, man. Oh. What should I do, guys? What do you mean, man? Double your bet, man. Mike, you got to be kidding me. And then Paul's also that type of blackjack play. If you've ever played blackjack, you've seen somebody like this too. This is also Paul. So he'll sit down at a $15 blackjack table. He'll buy in for $200. All right. So at a $15 blackjack table, they're going to give you red chips, which are $5 chips. They're going to give you $5 chips. So you buy in for $200. The dealer is going to slide you 2 stacks of red chips. Each stack is worth $100. Immediately, before Paul plays a single hand, he's going to take those $200 in red chips and stack them out individually in $15 piles. This motherfucker. This motherfucker will have 40 different piles of $15 in front of him. 3 chips each, because the red chips are worth $15. So he'll stack up 3 chips fucking 40 times. He'll have, I'm not lying, his chips will be fucking 3 feet apart. I said, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, man. Yeah, fucking 25, 30 stacks of $15. I said, Dan, look at this. Look at this. And Paul's best friends with everybody at the table the minute he sits down, too. That's the other thing. Paul likes to get to know people. You play blackjack with Paul for 10 minutes, you're going to know he's, divorced. You're going to know about his kid. You're going to know about whatever, yard work he did last month. I mean, he just... When we went to Vegas last January, me, Slaw, Pete, Sir UJ, Colby, we'd be walking around the casino and we go, "Where's Slaw?" And we'd stop and we'd look around and we'd see him sitting, somewhere over there, and we go, "Oh, he's over there making friends again." Slaw over there making friends again. Yep, there you look at him. You look over there, he got his arm around like some 60-year-old black lady sitting next to him at the blackjack table like they're old high school sweethearts or something. I'm like, look at this guy. What is he doing? Not for Billy Slaw. But yeah, that man sweats over every bet he makes. Like, I think for most people, going to gamble is like a fun activity, like it's a vacation, and like you have to look at it like Disney World, right? Like you go to Disney World for a week, it's gonna cost you a lot of money. You're not going to win any, but you're not going to win any money at Disney World. And that's how you need to look at Vegas and gambling. But Paul sweats every bet Paul will go over to the roulette wheel and stare at the red square on the roulette wheel for an hour. And then bet $15 on red. He said he tried to study the damn wheel, man. He tried to come up with patterns and shit. What's funny too is Paul will stand there for an hour watching roulette or something, and then all of a sudden he'll look over at you and he'll go, "I get it now." There's nothing to get, man. There's nothing to get. Y'all should have seen him trying to understand craps when we were in Vegas last year. Holy shit. And then Paul's also the guy that wants to tell you what bet to make every single time with your money while he's standing 2 feet away from the table with his hands in his pockets. You know what I'm saying? Pete talks about this all the time, but Pete will if you're gambling, Paul will stand behind you and get in your ear. You know what you need to do? I've been watching now on the last 4 or 5 spins. If you notice, it's gone red, black, red, black, black, red, black, black, red, red. So you know what that means, right? You know it's coming black 17. You got to put it on black 17. And he'll do that for an hour. He'll stand behind you. If you play roulette for an hour, Paul will stand behind you for the entire hour telling you what bet you should make. Meanwhile, this guy won't put $1 on the table. I do love you, Slaw. Slaw is constant entertainment. Slaw, we're going to take at least one afternoon when we're in Vegas in January, or we're going to do like we did in Cherokee. We're going to go up to the room for 3 or 4 hours and call people. We got to make sure we do that at least one day in Vegas, too. Oh, yeah, we'll call Robin and BA and we'll call them all. Remember when we called Doula's wife and told her that she needed to cash app him $1,000? She was like, hell, fuck that. I ain't cashing apping him nothing. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I am taking my daughter and her boyfriend homecoming dance shopping today at 4 o'clock. So I have to prepare for that. That's not something I can just jump right into. Yeah. So that's something I have to mentally prepare for quite some time before I just up and do it, you know? All right, y'all. I'll be on tonight at 9 o'clock for the call-in show. So y'all give me a call. We'll talk some college football. Enjoy your Tuesday, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good morning.